Today, he wasn't interested in games. He was interested in seeing the families leave. He had noticed before that all of the houses were empty by 9 in the morning, with kids off to school and grown-ups off to work. 3 or 4 of the women didn't seem to have jobs, but they left too, returning late in the afternoon with shopping bags. Today, he just had to make sure no one was staying home sick. The Gold family left first. 2 blonde heads in one car, 2 blonde heads in another. The Sports family was next. The boys carrying football pads and helmets, and their mother was teetering on high heels. Then there was a flurry of cars streaming from every driveway onto the still sparkling new streets. Luke counted each person, keeping track so carefully that he made scratches on the wall, and counted the scratches twice again at the end. Yes, 28 people gone. He was safe. Luke scrambled down from his chair, his head spinning with plans. First, he'd clean up the kitchen. Then he'd start some bread for supper. He never made bread before, but he'd watched Mother a million times. Then maybe he could pull the shades in the rest of the house and clean it thoroughly too. Clean it thoroughly. He couldn't vacuum. That'd be too loud. But he could dust and scrub and polish. Mother would be so pleased. Then, in the afternoon, before Matthew or Mark or the kids in the neighborhood got back, he could put something on for supper. Maybe potato soup. Why, he could do this every day. He'd never considered housework or cooking particularly thrilling before. Matthew and Mark always scoffed at it as women's work. But it was better than nothing. And maybe, just maybe, if this worked, he could convince Dad to let him sneak out to the barn and help there, too. We're going to stop there, pause there for just a second. There's a big, fat, curious question that's going to lead us to an inference. What's the second question that's listed on your paper? Jasmine, the second question listed there. Why does Luke want to clean? So before we start making inferences, the very first step is that we ask that fat, curious question. Check. Now we're going to do spending most of our time looking for evidence and thinking about our own schema. So, what's some evidence we could use that would help us answer this question? That back table, you got to get some hands up. Come on, be risk takers. Thank you. Ruth? Good. I love that piece of evidence. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. If I'm writing it, it means you're writing it on your paper. It's better than doing nothing. What's something else he said that might help us make an inference here? Nayeli?
When he said that everybody was gone, so like he could clean.
That is something we know, but I'm not sure it helps us understand why he wants to clean. Right? So we're looking specifically for evidence here or our own scheme of why he would want to clean. Andres?
My evidence is that he wants to make his mom happy.
Okay, how do you know? What's a quote he says there? You can help him out. Just found some evidence that would go along with you would make his mom happy. Do you have it? Jessica?
It's saying here that
What's some other piece of evidence, Jessica? What did you say?
it said in here that he said he could clean up the kitchen and surprise Mother.
Okay, he could surprise Mother. Another one, Emily Guerra.
I can evidence that he wants to clean because it says that Dad.
Whoa. It says what?
It says Dad to let him sneak out to the barn and help there too.
Good. So another one is that he could go help in the barn. Make sure you have these 3 pieces of evidence written down. Down there, 3 pieces of evidence. Give it a try. Try to make your inference now. Start with the 3 magic words.